Welcome to East Tennessee Pinball. Back at this Elvira. The last video, I went through all the boards, did a lot of repairs to this thing, and basically Jane has done the touch-ups to this thing, looking a lot better. The ghosties are looking all painted in. There's a whole bunch. Like that bat was, his head is mostly missing. The text there was mostly gone. There was a big line across. The green doesn't match real great. The fluorescent colors are super tough to match. This was originally had kind of a smooth transition. Fortunately, there's a ramp on top of that, so you kind of really can't see that. I think it's gonna be fine once I get this thing put back together. So anyway, this video is gonna be about putting on a whole bunch of new parts. The last video there was an Opto that was missing off the drop targets. I'm gonna put that on. I just in the mail, I got a new used display, a replacement used display for this right side. The left one works with a little bit of burn. The right one, the glass was completely dead. I found it on Etsy. I mean, I never buy things on Etsy, especially pinball parts, but it was like 30 bucks. It's like, so I was like, I was planning to get a LED set, but it's like a little over 200 bucks. For 30 bucks, I'm gonna give it a shot and throw it in there and see if it works. That's what I'm gonna do first here. All right, so I just have that thing hanging there for the moment. It's plugged in. Let's see what happens. Smoke test. Hey, it works. And now it makes the other one look really shitty, or at least kind of shitty. Let's go to the display test. I swear that looked better before this was plugged in. Maybe this is pulling some of the juice from it. Or maybe I just didn't notice how poorly it looked compared to this one. Now I need a replacement for that one. This one looks pretty good though. Can't complain. I think it, like, shipped and everything, was like 35 bucks. That was a bargain. That one's tolerable, but only just. I don't know. Well, I'll take it. I'm going to go ahead and mount this. I had taken these little corner pieces off. I Rust-Oleum them. They were kind of rusty. They look a lot better now. So I'm going to just screw those back in real quick, kind of support this back splash piece of wood. So if you saw the last video on this Elvira, this Opto board wasn't working. It's because that Opto was gone. So anyway, I got a new one. I'm not 100% sure which orientation this thing goes, but I've been painting blue, by the way. Whether it goes this way or the other way, but you see the little arrows are pointing from right to left, and these other two adjacent to it on the right side, if I can get it to focus, there's an S on there. And I'm going to assume that's a send and receive. So that would also be right to left. And this one's also S on the right side. You can barely see it. So I'm going to assume it's going in that way. So I'm going to solder it in that way. And if it doesn't work, then I'm going to assume I was wrong. So I just got this board plugged in. I'm in the switch edge test. Well, so I should hear that same kind of sound on this board if I stick something in here. Well, shoot. Okay. That one's working. We'll save the middle one for the last. Have a little suspense. Okay. This is really hard to do one-handed. I'm not sure I'm capable. Here we go. Oh, yes. Okay, so now I'm going to take it off, and I'm actually going to cut the leads off the back of this because I did not have the faith to cut them off prematurely. So I'm going to take this off, cut it off, and maybe I'll rebuild the pop bumpers too, because I've got the new, not the pop bumpers, the drop targets. I've got the new drop targets that go with this assembly, and maybe I'll put all that together. All right, so I'm back at this Elvira again. I've got these ramps put together. I say put together. They come, you get the ramp, you got to put the stickers on it, and you got to move all the stuff over. And this one ramp, it was just a matter of that one switch, so 2 little screws on there. They already had that bracket there was already riveted on. And this one also had that metal through hole, whatever you want to call it. That was because there's the old one, there's the new one. So that was really nice. And like this ramp here places this one. So like that flap was already there. There's the old bracket, there's the new one. So that bracket was already on there. Did have to move that. And this little piece here, that is like a guard. I thought that would be coming because I got a brand new plastic set. That is not in the plastic set. And it's kind of, you know, I guess you can see it's three-dimensional. It's not just a flat plastic. So I use an old one. That little piece of plastic there was there. Everything else came from over here. And again, putting all the stickers on. Yeah. So all these plastics, like a lot of this stuff, like, you kind of got to build them. So what comes in the kit with the plastics are just this clear plastic and that green plastic. So all the rest of the hardware, the screws and bolts, little red posts, the little black spacers, all that is from the other old game. So you got to cobble it all together. Takes a little time, and all the plastics that, you know, they're wrapped top and bottom with plastic. So to clean it all off. So been doing that. Oh yeah, and some of the pieces like this, you get the plastic set, you get 3 pieces of plastic, so you have to drill out the rivets from the old stuff and re-rivet it, and then so those are actually screwed and bolted on there, but they're these 2 vertical pieces that have got pop rivets on both sets of them. So not a big deal, but you need to have a pop rivet gun and some pop rivets, and so not too hard, but you do need those tools. So about done with most of the plastics in terms of I shouldn't say manufacturing, putting them together. There was one in the kit, or in the original, it was kind of like this. It was bent, and in the new kit, it's a vertical piece with holes at the bottom, like it should have little metal brackets like that. But the old one did not use metal brackets. Like I say, it was bent. So I don't know if that was a change in production partway through, that they stopped bending it and they started putting brackets, or maybe the plastic kits just kind of chimped out and they didn't bend it, and they're just assuming go out and find a bracket and install it yourself. Maybe it's the latter, but I'm gonna have to do that. Like this one here, the original part had these brackets, so I put them riveted on there. I moved them, but I don't remember which piece it was down here. One of these, or maybe somewhere else. Anyway, one of the pieces, it's on the original, it's bent. I'll see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, so here's that piece I was telling you about. It's, you know, you see it's one piece, but the new one is just the front face. There is no tab on the bottom. There are 2 holes on the front. So I've just noticed this piece here, it's got the little brackets on the bottom, one there, and oops, that one busted off. I'm gonna have to talk to Jane to see if if it was in the game when she took it off. Maybe it's in all the parts here, or if I'm gonna have to make one. I'm probably going to make some brackets anyway, at least for the other one. So either way, I'm probably making brackets. But yeah, just a lot of stuff to go through. Oh yeah, here's this other one that I was just looking at. Where did I lay it? Jeez, there it is. Certainly see the difference in the new plastics. I mean, the colors are nice and pretty, and it's not all yellow, but yeah, so gonna have to get some brackets. 1 step forward and 2 steps back. I just mounted in this drop target assembly, and good news, I got it in there, it's all firm. Bad news is that coil is almost certainly backwards, because look at the tabs, they're like right up against that switch, or I'm sorry, that lamp. So that's like, I don't know, 30-40 volts, and that's 6 volts, and that will definitely, well, not definitely, but most likely fry a chip on the lamp's circuit, so, or transistor or something. So I need to pull this whole thing out, take all this apart, Hopefully, I may have to take this off here too so I can get to the head of the, maybe those are studs. I think those are studs. Those are studs. I want to take this board off, but yeah. Okay, well, 3, 2, 1. Bam! It's done. I don't even know why I bitch about having to redo it. I can do it so quick. It's like 2 seconds. Not even 2 seconds. 2 milliseconds. It's done. I don't know why I even complain. Well, I did put the pop bumpers together on the top side there. Well, the top side, yeah. So I need to do the bottom side. They're all hanging. I guess I have not taken these apart yet. So I'll take these apart, take off. Oh, these have 3 screws instead of 2. Yeah, these are a weird set of pop bumper assemblies on these. There's just a few games of these Bally Williams where the tops go up and down. It's only a handful of games like this, and they're kind of funky. So I got these all cleaned up and put back in. Got this one reinstalled. A couple of notes I would say on these nuts that go to the pop bumper rings. Don't over tighten them because the little tips will break off. And on this style, those are not actually like nails from the top. Those are, I believe, as I remember, those are bolts. And if you crank really hard, they will turn in the little plastic hexagonal slot that they sit in. I believe that's the way they are. Not 100% positive, but I think that's right. I remember breaking one of those. Not the stud, but the holder for it. So it was spinning, and there's nothing. You can't grab it from the other side. It sits in a little cavity in this plastic molding. So those moldings are, they're old and brittle. So don't crank them to here. Don't crank with the force of 11. So I just mentioning about how these big nuts here and the studs there can be troublesome. Well, that one there, it's not stripped, but the bolt itself, when I try to put the nut on there, it pushes back up into the Playfield, and there's nothing. So then I have to get the screwdriver or get a magnet and yank it back out. I can get it back out, but I can't get the nut on there because it just falls in, and I can't press from the top. Well, I could, I guess, if I took the whole pop bumper assembly apart. I really don't want to do that. So instead, I got some little bit of super glue. You might be able to see the telltale signs. I just put a little glue on it there. I'm gonna let that tack up. If I can just get the nut started, I think I'll be all right. So I'll let that set for 5 or 10 minutes and see if I can get the nut on there. Well, just by chance, a couple more of these displays popped up on eBay as a pair of them. So I didn't know if they worked or not. The guy had a good rating, so I trusted he wasn't just packaging up a couple that he knew didn't work. We're gonna find out. So I'm gonna plug them in. Like I said, y'all already showed you on the previous video. This one I replaced because it was completely dead, and it works great now. This is the original one was in there. It works, but it's got some burn. I guess I could turn it on and show it to you. Yeah, see, it's got some burn, particularly over these last 3. Yeah, those digits there. This one looks great. Well, it's not exactly perfect, but it's pretty good. Anyway, I think I may just go ahead and, well, I'll plug in the left one first, and then I might swap out the right one. The right one looks pretty dang good. I mean, minimal burn. So I'm gonna do that real quick. All right, I threw that left one there. I just threw a rag behind there so it's not touching something metal. It does have some high voltage. It's short pretty easy. Dead. Oh wait, that connector came off when I was putting it in. Let me throw it back on there real quick. Okay, one more time. Hey, wow. Now this one looks crappy. That one looks even better than this one. So maybe I'll try this other one, and then I'll have a really good set. If this one is as good as that one, I thought this one looked great until I put that one in there because this one looks so much better than the one that's underneath. But if this looks as good as that one, then I'll put the good one in here, and then I'll have a kind of a crappy backup. So let me try that. All right, I get that second one thrown there on top. Wow. Okay, so now I just have to remove the bottom ones, put them in the back, label them as a little burn, and these two are going in here, and those are like, I don't know if they're like new, but man, I don't see any burn at all. I guess I could go through the test here. There we go. Yeah, I mean, those are, I don't see any blemishes at all. I know it looks funny on the screen, flickering and all, but it's not doing that in real life. They're clean and bright. So that was a total score. I'm glad I got those. Well, I was going through this plastic set, and this 3D piece here, I realized they do have the piece here. It's just not three-dimensional. So first I'm gonna drill this one out, drill these rivets off the back side, and take this off and kind of measure exactly where, and I'm gonna heat this thing up and just bend it. And we'll see how well that works. Getting the rivets out isn't gonna be too hard. I'm doing this all the time. Imagine how easy it'd be if I had a sharp bit. Wow, I'm just melting it. I don't really care because I'm not going to use this anyway. It's all right. All you really got to get off is that little bitty lip there. If I had a sharp bit, it would cut right through. Like that. Actually cut and it's off. The other one, I just got it hot. So now, I kind of hold this up, and I might get a dry erase marker and just mark that. I think I'll do that. And I've got a hot air gun, but I can burn my hands with it trying to do this. So, you know, cheapo Harbor Freight hot air gun. So I've got this kind of mounted. I'm gonna give it a little heat and try to bend it. I'm gonna get another block of wood or something that I can push on it more evenly. Okay, I'm ready to take another try at it. I think that'll do. I'm just let it cool off. So it turned out okay. It did bubble just a little bit. You can just kind of see it. You can kind of feel it, but you know, that's the downside of not having it exactly the way you want it out of the bag. I don't know. Maybe I could have stuck it in an oven and put a weight on it. Done it a little slower, but that's what I got. Well, as I mentioned, this plastic didn't have any tabs on it, so anybody tell what these came out of? The telltales and the solder in the bottom. These were lamp holders. And so basically that would have been where the base, where the common hot side, and that tab there would have run up and held the bulb, held the socket. But worked pretty good. Well, I got this thing put back together. I didn't do a very good job documenting. I apologize. These ramps look so much better than the old ones. Just for reference, here's some of the old ones down here. They're all yellow and nasty. Turned out pretty decent. I am, at the moment, I've got everything plugged in. I have not cleaned the bottom out of this. It's still a disaster. I got this connector here, which goes to the left ramp switch. And I cannot for the life of me figure out where it plugs in. And I know it was plugged in because I labeled it. I put an 8. So on the male side of this, there's an 8. So it's here. Y'all are probably saying, it's right there, dude. But for the life of me, I spent like 5 minutes and I can't find it. I'm going to have to, like, I don't know, go home, sleep on it, come back. Still got the skirt. It looks like dog shit. I do have some stickers ordered, so I'm gonna put those new stickers on here, and I think it'll look a lot better. What else can I say? Oh, there was one plastic that wasn't in the kit. So if you're doing one of these, I did not have that plastic there. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Kind of protect the little skull cave, but so I used the other old one there. Everything else worked out all right. Had to do a little, couple of modifications, like had to bend that one. So that's basically to kind of feed the ball off so it doesn't get stuck underneath there. So that one was flat. I had to, which one? This one here, I had to make the brackets on the back of that one. The original one had the plastic bent. So, but all in all, it went together pretty good. I'm gonna spend another 5 minutes, see if I can find, it's this switch here. It's the wire for that switch right there. So probably need to throw some games on this thing. The flippers are still a travesty. I mean, oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, I got the stuff just like kind of twisted together. Some of it has electrical tape, some of it doesn't. It's a mess. So I still gotta redo those. But I really want to find this dang switch. I'm gonna look for it. Well, I found it. It was in the most obvious. That's the one I couldn't find. It was right there, or these other two came out of that same bundle. It was just kind of back behind there. So easy enough. So I think, well, I can't really flip, but I can Ted Ducky it a little bit. I don't have any balls. Let me just throw some balls in. Well, I just turned it on. I didn't catch it, but I put 3 balls in there, new balls, and it spit them around there. I don't know if it's on. And if I plunge that, it's going to go into the cabinet, so I'm going to just throw it. Good start. Awesome. Well, shoot. Let me get a magnet. Ball search got it out. Well, at least one of the switches works there. Skull lock. Okay, that worked. Okay, well, definitely got an issue with that switch for the center. Let's see if we hit these. Let's see if hit this one here. That buck's not working either. Huh. Well, let's just see if let's see if the ball search will find it here. Just got an extra ball. So I've got some switches that are not working apparently. That's out of its home. Yeah, that switch is stuck. That one's gonna see if it works. Yep. So I'm gonna have to do some tuning up on this thing. See if those 3 are working. So the 2 switches that are not working are that saucer and the saucer for the buck. I don't think that switch is working either. That's one I just plugged in. I wonder if I got a row out. Oh, whoa. My little dude, he went flying. May have to glue those on. I just kind of jammed them on there. Pops are working. All right, well, I'm gonna go through here and make a list of all the switches, and I'll see if it's a row or a column. I didn't think it had a row out or a column out before, but heck, I don't know. Maybe I did. Well, I just manually mashed these switches. So I did hit it with my finger. See, I just hit it there. Same with this VUC. This VUC just takes a lot of pressure. There, I got it. It pops. So I don't think there's a problem with the switch matrix or anything. I think it's just the switches need to be adjusted a little bit. So I'm gonna adjust the switches, rebuild the flippers, and then I'll do a play video here. Oh, I still need to do some of the topper. So the topper is kind of like the other plastic. It's got a couple of holes to mount it, but there's no hardware for it. So I'm gonna have to come up with some hardware to mount that up the top. I'm not sure. I may just screw it into the top of the head, or I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So it's been like a week since I've touched this Elvira. I was short 2 flipper bushings on the thing. So I got those bushings. I got these flippers rebuilt. It's always a good idea to check the end stroke switches. So like this one, so that switch opens up when this engages. If you see, it's open there. And what that does is it goes from high power to low power on how much current this coil draws. So when the flipper's up, it goes to low power. This one, boy, it's open, but just barely. So that needs a little bit of adjustment. Ooh, I can also see another problem. That is hitting right there. I wonder if this one is hitting also. It's not, but this one is. So I'm gonna snip that a little bit, and also it's not opening up. So to get that to open up, just bend it a little bit. That's looking a little bit better, but actually it's not hitting now, but it might. I'm gonna snip that just a little bit, get some side cutters and cut that off there, and then I'm gonna roll some balls. Okay, all done with this Elvira. Well, there's always one more thing. The upper right slingshot switch is not firing. It's just the switch is a little dirty. But this thing is done. I'm taking it to the guy's house that bought it this afternoon, actually. Turned out pretty good. This coin door, I just told Jane to do what she could with it, and man, it looks great. I mean, if you slide back to the very beginning of the first start, it was bad. It was all rusted up and just looked pretty horrible. You know, like the sides here, if you go back to the beginning of this video and look at the pictures, it was pretty bad. And if you get close and you get the light just right, here, if I get the shine, there you go. You can see it's been touched up. But I mean, if you're just coming up here and playing it, you don't see it at all. And again, that whole thing was missing. She just trimmed that with the black. It looks like she's got a sword, you know? It's perfect. Got the red trim on there, looks good. I put that topper. That topper came with the plastic kit. I mean, the worst of it are some of these inserts that had, you know, it's not really bubbled up, but it's kind of separated, so they're kind of cloudy looking. Nothing to do about that unless you're going to take the overlays off, and I'm not gonna go that far. So this is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead. I still don't have my stand. I've got it at home. I'm gonna turn the lights off to get rid of this glare. It looks even better with the lights off. All pinballs do. I mean, they're made to be played in a semi-dark environment. So it just I got a little light coming in from the front. No direct sunlight, but it's kind of halfway lit. I'll fire the thing up. Zoom back a little bit. Hey, let's party. I'm gonna play a little one-handed here, see what I can do. Probably not much. Oops. That's one more thing. I think maybe That seemed like, I'm going to go back and watch this video. That looked like a clean shot. I think sometimes if you hit it really hard, it's actually coming up a little bit and hitting that gate, the spring, and it's rejecting it because if you hit it like really solid, it's getting airborne a little bit, and then it's the center of the ball is hitting that gate. So I may raise that gate up just a little bit. It only does that rarely, but I've seen it a couple times, and y'all just saw it right there. And y'all can go back real easy and see if that was a center shot or not. I'm going to after I get done with this video. That time, yeah, it's fine. That one shanked off the left side, but it didn't get rejected. It just didn't go all the way up. That's going to take a clean shot to go up. See if I can do something besides shoot that. I'll try to shoot the lock. Ha 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 ha. The skull eyeballs are pretty cool. Ha 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 ha. I don't know if it goes right in. I gotta shoot one more up there, I guess. It doesn't. Wonder if it started it automatically. Ah! Left hand's no good. That may be it. Yeah, that's it. Well, I guess that's it for this video. I guess I'll show you up here. Gosh, I've had this thing up a couple times. Some of the dirt has come back to the back. I need to sweep it up one more time. But you can't even hardly tell which one of those bats. That's that right bat. Jane completely repainted it. That's just like wax debris from picking this thing up 500,000 times after it's been waxed. It kind of like migrates up here. You see in the back, there's more of it. It just needs to be swept up or blown out one more time. Anyway, hope you liked the video. If you do, click like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers.